Most clothing brands miss the mark on the customers they're trying to reach, and honestly, that's why so many go out of business. It's never just the product, and it's rarely the designs. It's almost always a misunderstanding of the human on the other side of the screen. A lot of brands are still operating with assumptions that maybe made sense 5 years ago, or they're using tactics that just stopped working even faster than that. And the biggest mistake I see is simple. They don't actually care enough about the person they're trying to reach. They don't respect the consumer's time or attention. They want attention, but they don't earn attention. If you're gonna show up on someone's feed, meaning you're gonna interrupt their day and show up between their friends' stories, jump in front of whatever they were scrolling through, the least you could do is make it something they actually enjoy. When the lens is empathy, does this matter to them? Would they care? Would they watch this if they weren't obligated to? Your marketing gets better instantly. Your content gets better instantly. Your brand becomes something that people feel, not something they scroll past. For anyone new here, I'm Spencer, the founder of Perfect Selection Marketing and the owner of Habits 365, which has done over $1 million in annual revenue. So I've worked with hundreds and hundreds and maybe even thousands of brands. I've seen every mistake, every pattern, and every breakthrough. And the thing I want to drive home today is this. Most of your problems disappear when you start listening to your audience instead of talking at them. So part one, caring isn't soft, it's just strategy. A lot of people think marketing is about pushing a message. It's not. It's about aligning your brand with the life, emotions, and identity of the customer you say you're trying to reach. If you think about why people actually buy clothing, it's not fabric, it's not the weight, it's not anything like that. It's the identity, it's belonging, it's self-expression. They want to be seen a certain way. They want to feel a certain way, and you can't force that. You have to understand it. What I've learned over the years from running my brands and from working with so many others is that most marketing ideas fail because nobody stops to ask the simplest question. Would the person on the other side actually like this? Not will it go viral, not will this make us look cool, not will this impress other brand owners. No, just the simple question of does this genuinely resonate with the people that we are here for? When you approach marketing from that angle, everything changes. Your ads stop feeling like ads, your content stops feeling like a sales pitch, and your brand becomes something people want in their world. Part two, connection starts with listening. The biggest, and I mean the biggest, advantage any brand has right now, especially clothing brands, is time. You're building something that compounds, something that grows through understanding, not guessing. But you can't understand an audience that you don't listen to. One of the reasons social media is so powerful is because it gives you real-time insight into what people care about, what they're struggling with, what they're celebrating, and what they're just tired of. This is the golden era of consumer insight. A brand today can learn more from simply watching comments and behavior than entire corporations could learn from expensive focus groups 10 years ago. If you go through the comments on your posts, your ads, your TikToks, your competitors' posts, and even trending content in your niche, you will see the same frustrations, the same desires, the same patterns repeat. The best clothing brands aren't guessing, they're listening. And then they build around what they learn. The connection happens when the customer feels understood. If your audience feels like you're actually speaking to them, not a demographic, not a slide deck, everything becomes easier. Sales, loyalty, community, and repeat purchases. Part three, storytelling in the new attention economy. Attention today moves faster than ever. We are not living in the era where brand stories unfold slowly over months and years, and yes, that still happens, but these stories unfold in hours, minutes, in 12 to 24-hour news cycles. And your ability to tell your story consistently, clearly, and in different formats matters more than any one perfect post. So here's the good news. The good news is that you don't need permission anymore. You don't need a magazine to feature you. You don't need a billboard to validate you. You don't need a celebrity to wear your hoodie. Although we've had quite a few of those and it's always a plus, but it's not necessary. Every brand has access to the same platforms, the same tools, and the same ability to share their voice. But that comes with a challenge. It's never been more competitive. The marketplace isn't quiet anymore. It's loud, it's crowded, and it's non-stop. So the brands that rise aren't the ones with the fanciest production. They're the ones with the clearest, most human story. You don't need to know every best practice. You don't always need perfect lighting. You don't need a big studio. But if your message is honest, if your story is real, and if your content comes from an authentic place, the right people will find it. Not sloppy, but authentic. And a great story will always find its audience. Part 4, patience and long-term thinking for clothing brands. Guys, this is so important. Nobody wants to hear this, but everyone needs to. Building something meaningful takes time, not a couple days. Patience is not complacency. Patience is not inaction. Patience is confidence, commitment, and the refusal to fold just because success didn't happen in 3 weeks. A lot of brand owners move too fast because they're afraid of failing. They want to win now, get sales now, validation now. It ain't gonna happen. But when you rush decisions, you make bad decisions. You have misalignment, confusion, burnout, and constant pivots. If you can learn to play the long game, thinking years, not weeks, everything gets easier. You can stop chasing trends and start building a real foundation. You stop worrying about what if this doesn't blow up today and start asking, how does this position us for the next 5 years? When I grew Habits 365, what showed me the brand was working wasn't one viral post or one strong month. It was seeing sales grow year over year while spending less on ads because the brand itself was doing the heavy lifting. That's the sign of real traction, when the story carries the business. If you care about your customer, if you listen more than you talk, and if you build a brand around human connection instead of gimmicks, and if you give it time to compound, the results show up every time. So whether you're running a clothing brand now or you're thinking of launching one, the message is the same. Respect your customer. Care about the person you're trying to reach. Build around them, not your ego. And listen more than you speak. Give the story time to work. This isn't just a marketing strategy, it's a life strategy for your brand. When you bring empathy, patience, and intention to anything you're building, your brand, your business, even your relationships, everything gets stronger. So put this into your content and make it happen. I'll see you on the next one.